Good morning. As the sun rises over frosty rooftops and icy sidewalks, it's clear that a big change is in the air. The gentle chill you felt yesterday is about to be replaced by something much more intense. Winter is knocking on the door, and it's arriving earlier than many of us expected. Get ready to dig out your winter gear. An early blast of Arctic air is about to sweep across much of the United States. Across the country, people are reaching for their warmest coats, scarves, and gloves, bracing for a sudden and dramatic shift in the weather. This isn't just a minor cold snap, it's a full-on preview of the winter season ahead. This isn't your typical November chill, it's a powerful system bringing a dramatic drop in temperatures and the first real snowfall for many. Cities that haven't seen snow since last winter are about to be blanketed in white, and rural areas could see even heavier accumulations. Roads may become slick, and visibility could drop quickly as snowflakes begin to fall. Over the next few days, millions from the Midwest to the East Coast will feel a sudden shift from mild autumn to deep winter. One day you're enjoying the last of the fall colors, and the next, you're waking up to a world transformed by snow and ice. The transition will be swift, catching many off guard as temperatures tumble and winds pick up. Temperatures will plunge well below average, making it feel more like January than November. In some places, thermometers could dip into the single digits or even below zero, especially overnight. You'll see your breath in the air, and cars will be coated in frost each morning. For many, this will be the coldest air they've felt in months. We'll break down where the coldest air will hit, who could see snow, and how to prepare for this early winter preview. Meteorologists are tracking the system closely, and we'll show you which regions need to be on high alert for hazardous travel, school delays, and power outages. Plus, we'll share tips on how to stay safe and warm as the Arctic air settles in. From dense fog in the south to lake-effect snow in the north, this system has it all. Drivers in southern states may face reduced visibility, while those near the Great Lakes could see intense snow squalls and whiteout conditions. The variety of weather across the country means everyone should stay alert and check local forecasts. Plus, there's a special treat in the night sky thanks to solar activity, so stay tuned. If skies are clear, you might catch a glimpse of the aurora borealis, painting the night with brilliant colors. It's a rare sight for many parts of the country, and a magical bonus to this early winter event. Let's dive into the details and see what's headed your way. Whether you're a winter enthusiast or someone who prefers the warmth, this Arctic blast is sure to make an impression. Stay with us as we track the storm, highlight the hardest hit areas, and help you get ready for the first real taste of winter this season. So, what's behind this intense cold? Why does it feel like winter has arrived overnight, catching so many of us off guard? The answer lies high above us, in the swirling patterns of the atmosphere, where powerful forces are at work shaping our weather. It's a true Arctic invasion, with frigid air plunging south thanks to a dramatic dip in the jet stream. The jet stream, a fast-moving river of air high in the atmosphere, acts like a barrier between cold polar air and milder southern air. When it buckles and dips far to the south, it opens the door for Arctic air to spill into regions that are usually much warmer this time of year. This trough acts like a slide, sending bitterly cold air straight from the Arctic Circle deep into the US. It's as if someone opened a freezer door and let all that icy air rush out, blanketing cities and towns far below with a sudden chill. Temperatures will be 5 to 30 degrees below normal, levels we usually see in mid-January. For many, this means waking up to single-digit temperatures or even sub-zero wind chills, a shock to the system when you're still raking autumn leaves. Some areas could experience record-breaking cold, with temperature anomalies rarely seen in early November. Weather records that have stood for decades may be shattered as this Arctic blast sweeps through, making headlines and prompting warnings from meteorologists. The front's arrival will be abrupt. One moment it's autumn, the next, a gusty Arctic wind drops temperatures fast. You might see leaves swirling in the wind, only to be quickly covered by a layer of snow as the cold front barrels through, transforming the landscape in a matter of hours. Even the south, including parts of northern Florida, could see freezing temperatures, a big concern for agriculture. Farmers are scrambling to protect sensitive crops, covering plants, and preparing for the possibility of frost damage that could impact harvests and livelihoods. This air mass hasn't warmed up at all on its journey south, making the chill especially biting. The wind cuts right through layers of clothing, and even a short walk outside can leave you shivering, your breath hanging in the air like a cloud. When you step outside and feel that sting, remember, it's traveled all the way from the Arctic. The cold you're feeling is the same air that just days ago was swirling over polar ice, now making its presence known in your own backyard. This is a true winter preview, arriving right on schedule. It's a reminder of just how quickly the seasons can change and how powerful the forces of nature really are. So bundle up, stay warm, and get ready. Winter is knocking at the door. This Arctic blast creates a dramatic split across the country, a tale of two coasts. The eastern two-thirds will shiver, while the west coast enjoys unseasonably warm, sunny weather. The jet stream's deep dip brings cold to the east, while a ridge of high pressure shields the west. Midwest, Ohio, and Tennessee valleys, southeast, and northeast, bundle up. Highs will be 20-30 degrees below average. Meanwhile, California, Arizona, and Nevada will see temperatures 5 to 15 degrees above normal. It's a classic winter pattern, where the jet stream bends south, it's cold, where it bends north, it's warm. This coast-to-coast divide means while some scrape frost, others bask in sunshine. One weather pattern, two very different worlds. With cold air locked in across much of the country, the big question on everyone's mind is, where will it snow, and how much can we expect? As winter's grip tightens, the stage is set for a classic snow event that could transform entire regions into a frosty wonderland. This powerful system is poised to deliver a multi-day snow event, blanketing the Midwest, the Great Lakes, and the Appalachian Mountains in fresh powder. Residents in these areas should prepare for several rounds of snow, with travel likely to be impacted and landscapes quickly turning white. In the Appalachians, northwesterly winds will funnel cold air up the rugged mountain slopes. As the air rises, it cools rapidly, causing moisture to condense and fall as snow. This classic upslope snow event will be accompanied by gusty winds, creating swirling flurries and dramatic winter scenes along the ridges and valleys. Many communities in the mountains can expect 2 to 4 inches of accumulation, enough to coat roads and trees in a sparkling layer of white. Higher elevations and exposed peaks could see even more, with totals reaching up to 6 inches or more in the most favored spots, making for excellent sledding and winter hiking. Meanwhile, the Great Lakes region will see its famous lake effect snow machine kick into high gear. As cold air sweeps over the relatively warmer lake waters, it picks up moisture and dumps it as heavy snow on the downwind shores. Towns along the lake shores could see intense snow squalls and rapidly changing conditions. In these persistent snow bands, some locations could be buried under 6 to 8 inches of snow, with drifts piling up in neighborhoods and along rural roads. For those living in the snow belt, this is the kind of weather that defines winter, perfect for snowball fights and building snowmen. Even areas east of the Appalachians, where snow is a rare treat, could see a few surprise snow showers. Cities like Charlotte, North Carolina, might wake up to a dusting of snow on rooftops and lawns, a magical sight for residents who don't often see winter's white touch. Of course, with the ground still holding onto some warmth from earlier in the season, most snowflakes will melt as soon as they land. Still, the chance to catch a few flakes swirling through the air is always exciting, and it's a reminder that winter can surprise us when we least expect it. Every winter storm brings its own set of surprises, and this one is no exception. From sudden snow squalls to unexpected accumulations, it's wise to stay alert and keep an eye on the forecast as conditions can change quickly. So bundle up and get ready. If you're in the snow zones, you're in for a true winter wonderland. Whether you're watching from your window or heading out to play, this storm promises to deliver the magic of winter in all its snowy glory. This storm isn't just about cold and snow, it's a mixed bag of weather across the country. Dense fog blanketed the deep south and Tennessee Valley, making for tricky morning commutes. The system also sparked thunderstorms in the southeast, with a marginal risk for hail, and even a few weak tornadoes. The most widespread feature, though, will be the wind. As the cold front blasts through, expect gusts in the 20s and 30s mph, making it feel even colder. Wind chill will make a 40-degree day feel like the 20s. In snowy areas, wind will cause blowing and drifting, reducing visibility, and making travel hazardous. Even where it's dry, the biting wind will be a constant reminder of the Arctic air. Hold on to your hat. This wind is pushing winter deep into the region. Lake effect snow is one of winter's most fascinating phenomena. It starts when cold Arctic air sweeps over the still warm Great Lakes, picking up heat and moisture. This air rises, cools, and dumps heavy snow in narrow bands on the downwind shores. You could see a foot of snow in one town, while just miles away, it's sunny. Wind direction is key. Northwesterly winds target the southern and eastern shores of Lakes Michigan, Erie, and Ontario. Early in the season, warm ground can melt falling snow, so not everywhere will see accumulation. For snow to pile up, both air and ground need to be cold. In the mountains and near the lakes, the cold will be intense and long enough for snow to stick. That's why these areas become true winter wonderlands. As if the Arctic blast wasn't enough, a solar storm is setting the stage for a rare show, the Northern Lights. Recent solar activity has sent charged particles toward Earth, creating the aurora borealis. These particles interact with our atmosphere, lighting up the sky in greens, reds, blues, and purples. With clear, cold skies, the aurora could be visible farther south than usual, across northern states from Maine to Washington. For the best view, head away from city lights and look north. It's a spectacular bonus to an already eventful weather week. Don't miss this celestial show. As the new week begins, the main story is the deep, widespread cold. By Monday, Arctic air will be in full force, highs stuck in the 20s and 30s across the Midwest and Ohio Valley, and only 40s in the Carolinas. Monday night brings the coldest temperatures, lows in the teens and 20s for many, with widespread hard freezes. Sensitive plants are at risk, so take precautions. By Tuesday, the coldest air shifts to the East Coast, with New England and the I-95 corridor feeling like midwinter. The system will slowly exit, but the dense cold air will linger. Snow in the Appalachians will wind down, leaving a frosty landscape. Lake effect snow will persist into Tuesday before finally tapering off. For most of the East, expect dry, but frigid days, with sunshine offering little warmth. The seasons have truly changed. After this Arctic blast, what's next? A pattern change is on the way. As the cold exits, a new trough will dig into the west coast, bringing needed rain and storms. This will pump up a ridge in the east, leading to a temporary warm-up and more typical autumn weather. But don't put away your winter gear just yet. Long-range models hint at more Arctic air later in November. A blocking pattern over Greenland could send another cold wave south, possibly around Thanksgiving. Forecasts this far out can change, but signs point to an active, chilly pattern ahead. We'll be watching closely and keeping you updated. Winter is just getting started.